Welcome to Are We the Only Ones? I'm Kathy, and today I want to talk about the White House Chief Butler being very mad about the amount of theft that has been occurring at the White House in terms of an inventory that they had just done where they took account of the cutlery, the White House plates, the White House gravy bowls, tea sets, etc., etc. I remember there's a note that there's 7 gravy boats that have been stolen from the White House, and the butler is not having it. He even said there were 2 occasions where plastic forks that were acquired by a local vendor were also stolen. So, Trump, true to brand, true to the new rebranding of the Trump name, total grifter, total theft, total con man, just can't, sticky fingers man, steals trophies from championship, like World Cup, FIFA, and then he'll also take forks and cutlery and gravy boats from the White House, which do not belong to him. That is the people's house. That belongs to the United States and its citizens, and our taxes pay for those. Those are custom made. You can't just replace them easily. But apparently people in the White House administration believe that they have the right to take these things as souvenirs, and they are not souvenirs. They are official items of the White House, and they belong to the White House as a historical type of almost like museum, right? Residence. Oh my God, so tacky. So tacky. I remember the Obamas talked about how they used to have to pay for the food. They had to pay for the food. Michelle Obama was talking about how one day President Obama had mentioned that he liked like a type of fish or something, that somebody had asked him, like, do you like this fish, sir? And he's like, yes. And then one day he had like asked for that fish again. And then she looked at the bill when the fish, like at the end of the month, and realized that that fish had been flown in from like Japan or something. And she was like, hey, don't tell them you like things. Okay, because they'll fly them in and they don't tell you, and we pay for that. Okay, so that means that there is a way to charge the Trump family for theft on the White House plates, cutlery, gravy boats, everything. But that also lets me understand why the Trump White House always orders McDonald's for their events that they host when they have championship teams come and visit. Because I don't know if you all know this, but Donald Trump has a lifetime McDonald's gold card to eat free at McDonald's. So that's why he uses McDonald's for these events, so he doesn't have to pay for it. I mean, frugal, tacky, totally antithesis of the brand of what you think Trump is supposed to be. The new Trump branding is like fake, con, getting stuff for free, grifting, supposed, but you know what, that is also the fashion industry also at large. Most people don't know this, but in the fashion industry, I would say it's like 97% of the celebrities that you see on the red carpet wearing nice clothing have been loaned those clothes. And if they win, they might get gifted the clothes later by the designer. But the agreement is that, the designer makes this gown to their size for free on very short notice, which can cost the design house like $5,000, $10,000 and 48 hours, which means that their sewers working all night long and really stressed out for no money, because if you're gifting it to the celebrity, there's no money coming in from that item. So it's not a great trade unless the design house ends up making a lot of sales from that specific actor, actress wearing their clothing, and that you can actually trace it back to that, which is not usually, you hope that will happen, but that doesn't actually end up being the case, which is why a lot of times designers don't like to dress people for the MTV Music Awards or MTV Movie Awards, because we never made any, there were never direct sales that came as a result of any celebrity wearing clothing to that award show. To the Oscars, you would get sales, but not always. So the fashion industry is always in a dire situation. And so this is kind of that same idea. Like, I think that the Trump family probably goes and negotiates things a lot for, like, if we show up, you should have to, basically give us this for free, or you pay us for an appearance fee or whatever. And they just work it like that. And it is kind of a grifter vibe, but that's like a lot of people in the reality space and entertainment space do that, because that's how these shows pitch like low pay to these future principal actors or reality TV show stars. Is like, okay, well, you can build a brand off this and then you negotiate money later. So then these big companies that have a lot of actual money don't end up paying out this money. And that's why you see a lot of people that say, like, you're famous, you don't realize, like, you don't make any money. Like, they dwindled you down to, like, trade, opportunities, things like that. So, something to consider. All right. That's all for my little, a little daily mini, for today. All right. Until next time. Bye.